Everyone. This is BizChicks TV. We're here for First Mondays, and we want to welcome everybody. What over here in Facebook Messenger rooms? How you doing, Maureen? And over here on Clubhouse, just welcome. Come on in. We're going to be networking tonight because we're here to help you network, share, and grow. All right, so let's connect. As you know, we're here for BizChicks, and we're broadcasting into the BizChicks group tonight in our messenger room. So that's a little different for us tonight. But we want to welcome everybody to our networking event, and we'd love to hear about you and your business and what services you have to offer. So we're going to get this party started. Francine is here, my partner, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. Hey, what do we do at Biz Chicks? We're here to help you get started with that business and make it profitable. So we want to take the hassle out of your hustle and help you run a profitable business that's fun to run by making services unique to you through one of the ways we do that is through our masterminds, our workshops, and our individual appointments. So if you need help with your business, just connect with us. You can do that over on bizchicks.net. You can schedule an appointment. Did I get that right, Fran? Fran has us in so many places. I have to ask to make sure I'm saying that right. Yes.
I would tell them, reach out to us on our Instagram page or on the Facebook group and just send us a message from either one of those sources. You can go to bizchicks.net, but I'm over there under construction a little bit.
In addition to that, you can join BizChicks by texting BIZ to 33777. We'd love for you to become a part of this great community. Right, Maureen? Yes, we'd like for you to become a part of this great community and become a Biz Chicks or Biz Dude. So without further ado, we're going to get this party started.
All right. So I'd like to welcome everybody to the First Monday event. We do this every first Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, where we have Maureen, you're going to need to mute yourself in the clubhouse. Okay, so we would have you come in. We have the ladies come in to tell us, we have the business owners come in to tell us all about their business, who they are, how they help, and what they've got going on. And we do this every first Monday. We'll have someone come in and give us a little bit of a pep talk, or, because everybody needs a
cheerleader and a coach.
So we'll have a cheerleader come in and help get you pumped up. Then we'll have a coach to help and tell you, drop and give me 20, get your business work done.
That would be Francine.
And just little points and things to help you get you on your way and to share your business. Maureen, I'm going to take my mute off here. I don't want a feedback. Hold on for just a second. Let me test something.
Because I have muted myself over here in the room, in the Facebook room.
Right. And if I unmute this, I think I might have feedback. I'm not sure. Am I feeding back?
No.
Okay, good. So, Maureen, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, very good. Well, that went well. Okay. So just to recap, we do this every first Monday, giving you an opportunity to tell about your business, what it is that you do, how you serve, and what we can do to help you do that better. And we'll have a cheerleader and a coach. We have tips and tools, and every first Monday. We normally would be at a restaurant, and because of 2020, we had to reposition, go online to do this, and it's worked out pretty well. And so we've invited everybody that's a part of the group to join in. And we've invited our friends over here. So we got Claudia in Clubhouse. And over on the Facebook group, we have Terralina and Maureen. And we're also here on our StreamYard page. And let's see, I'm not sure who's in the audience off of StreamYard, but we welcome you. So like Terry said, you know a little bit about us, what it is that we do. And so we're not going to keep you long. Since Claudia was the first person into the room, Claudia, I'm going to ask you to tell us what it is, because Claudia is over on Clubhouse, and tell us about your business, because your business is taking a different pivot.
Oh yeah, we've reorganized, restructured several different times, but now we've found something that has been positive and has been wanted. So we just now started doing luxury picnics. In addition to all the other things that we do, we haven't stopped doing any of the other things except for meal prepping. We don't do meal prepping anymore, but we do hold classes and trainings regarding healthy eating. But our luxury picnic business has taken off full force, and we weren't even really ready for it, but it doesn't matter. So we just keep going. But we offer in Sacramento basically any space that somebody wants to have a picnic, and we use that primarily because I'm not as familiar with Sacramento as I probably should be. So there's a lot of our clients that know more about Sacramento than I do. So they choose a spot, and we set up everything according to their desires, and it just takes off. We set it up, we clean it up, and nobody even knows anything happened except for you. What goes on at a luxury picnic that we've been calling the balance break stays at the balance break. So it's been good. It's especially picking up since the weather's getting warmer, and we just love it. It's a beautiful time. We've done a couple of group picnics. One where we've incorporated some of the new some new collaborations. One being a bartender that specializes in mocktails. We have a lot of people that have, since the start of the year, have gone on dry January. So they have a lot of people have stopped drinking. And I don't know if it's the cause of the pandemic or whatever their cause is, but we love it. And we found somebody that has been very special to be able to put those caloric calories, drinkable calories together and let it be pleasant. And it's been an awesome success. He is awesome. We've got most of the people that we've done picnics for were ladies, and the ladies love him, absolutely love him. We have a few other big events that are coming up, big private events that are coming up. And so we've just been enjoying this, and we've been enjoying scouting out new areas when we find that our clients don't really know where they want to go. And we also open up our backyard, which is, we have about 2/3 of an acre in our yard. So we also let that be part of it too. We have plenty of parking available for people. So we've had a couple of events that we planned even in our own backyard. So it's been easier, so, mind you, not having to haul a lot of things, and so we've been loving it. We've been loving it, and we have, or I have, and a few of the other BizChicks ladies met up with Maureen, and Maureen, that I don't even remember the name of the park, but that's actually one of the spots where we do hold picnics. So, and it's a really good spot. So. So we just love it. We love the open air. We love nature. So it's actually a perfect transition. And I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot, like, why didn't I think about this earlier? because this is absolutely something that I absolutely love. I thought that I loved food and the decor and setting all that stuff up, but I really realized that I really love being outdoors and like to see that other people are excited about being outdoors.
Okay, very good. Now I'm gonna need to add you to something I'm doing for my real estate business. I'm getting ready to do a post that talks about best picnic spots in Sacktown.
Mhm.
And then I want to, sponsored by Boxables. I want to put your information in that post. So make sure that you text me or get me that info how people can reach you, because I might even do a little article. Maybe we can do something joint, because that's an awesome idea to have a luxury picnic, a picnic that I don't have to pack and do stuff for.
Yeah, you know, who doesn't love that? And I forgot actually talking about Ray because he was our first partner. But I spoke to Jill Weston as well, and she also agreed to participate in this. So what she's going to do is either people book her to come for 30 minutes and do breathing exercises, or she's going to put herself on a private line, so to speak. We haven't really dealt with all this yet, but she's going to put herself on a private line where at the picnic, the guests have access to an iPad where they just do it virtually, which is wonderful because then Jill can stay wherever she's at. So we've been trying to partner with everyone that we know in BizChicks. Lakeisha was also added as a pamper session specialist. So if somebody wants to do a picnic, you know, maybe a girl picnic of 4 or more, and they want to do a pamper session at the picnic, well, she's available. So we're currently still adding people to these ideas as activities within the picnic. So we are really empowering collaboration right now, and I love it. And I love people that said, yes, I'll do it.
I love collaboration, Claudia. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thank you very much. And see, yeah, you know, Terry, you know how every year we do a client appreciation event.
Yes.
We were not able to kind of gather to do that. We will be reaching out to you, Claudia, to do the appreciation event. We'll probably do it in a park. Maybe we'll do it in Land Park or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's a really good, I think it'll be a really good collaboration. And then I don't have to be concerned about how we're going to do it. We just talk to you about the food and let
We
you
could
have.
have an indoor picnic at the office.
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah, that's absolutely something that we do as well. I mean, it doesn't have to be outside. We want to get people outside and get their vitamin D because that's necessary. But there's people that still want to stay in, and that's fine too. Because what we'll do is we'll bring that outdoor atmosphere inside, and it'll be just as lovely.
All right, so I'm going to reset the room and welcome V. Franklin and Teresa Sanders to the Facebook Messenger room. And then over on Clubhouse, it's me and Claudia, and Maureen is still over in the Facebook group as well. And we're talking about what it is that you do, how you help, and how we can collaborate with one another. And Claudia just told us about Boxables and how she's been doing luxury picnics and indoor or outdoor. So if you need to have, it's not like a regular catering event. She does upscale catering.
And you know we love upscale.
Right.
I hope so, because that's mostly what I like. I like the glam and glitz. You know, the farmy, you know, basic plain stuff is okay too, but I do like the sparkly stuff. Because we don't have that often. You know, we don't. I mean, we stay in how long have we been in our houses now?
A while.
So why not put on a pretty dress and go out for a luxury picnic? Doesn't that sound awesome?
And Maureen says she loves collaboration over here on Facebook.
Yep, she does. Now, and Maureen was the second person that came in the room, literally in the room. I got two rooms. I got a Clubhouse room going, and we have the Facebook Messenger room going. And the Facebook Messenger room, we're going to talk about that on Friday because we're running a sandbox test right now. One thing that it is, I'm on both platforms using one camera and one mic. And it's doing quite well. That could be an Apple thing, and it could be a Chrome thing. So anyway, but Maureen,
it could be because I'm muted over here.
Could be. Maureen, tell us a little bit about what it is that you've got going, tell us who you are, what you do.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
Doing well.
My name is Maureen Stevenson Lewis, and I help women nourish their body and feed their soul. And I'm an outdoor coach. I'm an outdoor girl. So I just hear Claudia talks about outdoor. And I've been taking all my clients since COVID. I've been taking them outdoors just to get some of the awesomeness of what's going on in the outdoor. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay, so Terry, we're gonna help her do a little bit more about her.
I think so. She can tell us a little bit about what she does. She is fantastic.
So as you know, we had Gail Guest Brown come in, and she talk to us about the golden circle. And okay, so I'm gonna take this as a teachable moment right here with the golden circle. And I think I'll find that video and post it around here somewhere. The golden circle is when you talk about what it is you do, you never start talking about what you do. You start talking about your passion. I am passionate about whatever it is. Like Teresa Sanders, when it's her turn coming up, she'll tell us she's passionate about the kids and getting them the education and helping them do what they need to do. So you start off with your passion. So you start off with your passion. And we did this workshop last year about talking about what is your passion. I am passionate about helping women get to the outdoors and what else did you say, Maureen? I know it was something about going outside, but it was also about helping them love the body that they want to hate. I'm passionate about helping the body. And so she has these different things more than what she just told you right there. She really does. She is passionate about helping you move better, passionate about helping you feel better in your body, passionate about getting outside. And she has a story to tell. And her story was that her doctor had prescribed her Prozac, was it, Maureen?
Okay, so all right, let me reintroduce myself.
Okay. Because I can't tell your story. No one can tell your story like you. Okay, go for it, Maureen.
I wasn't prepared today because I was off key, but so let me reintroduce myself. I got into health and wellness when I was going through perimenopausal, and I used to crawl up in my bed, and then my doctor prescribed me Prozac, and I protested with my doctors, and she told me if I do two things, if I change my diet and exercise, then I would get the serotonin that I need, and I wouldn't have to take the pills. So I took my doctor's advice, and I invested in health and wellness and movements. And today I'm a movement coach that helps women transition vibrantly through perimenopausal, postmenopausal, and the menopausal years. I help you guys to eat for nourishment, move for nourishment, and help you to feed your soul. I do that several different ways. I do that in workshops. And I also do it in outdoors. I'm an outdoor girl. If you ever catch me, you'll catch me in the outdoors. I'm always taking women on hikes and trips outdoors. I believe that's one of the best places you can get um, all the good feeling hormones that you get. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay, so
That's a little better introduction.
okay,
But I was
so
off key today. I want to apologize that I'm off key today.
oh no,
So
no, never apologize. So we had the A introduction and the B introduction. Which one was better?
the B.
B was, and it was still short, and it was still very impactful. But when you told us like, oh, really? I don't have to go on some pills. I can do something about it. So you told us a story that helped us reimagine. Oh, okay, yeah, she can help me. If she can do it, I can do it. So your story really did help us. Um, Miss V Franklin, are you? How are you? Are you ready to tell us about what it is you're working on? Or let me see if I can unmute you, or you can unmute yourself. Let's see.
Hi.
Okay, good. Hi.
Oh, I guess I was just coming chiming in. You know, I'm always inquisitive.
Well, good.
More.
We want you to be inquisitive. V is working on some things, and she'll be telling you about that in the future. Am I right, V?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Next up, Teresa Sanders. What you got going on? Lots of stuff.
So, can you hear me, or do
Yeah.
I need to push a button or something?
Nope, we can hear you.
Well, all right. Okay, so like Francine said, my passion is education. I am all about, especially elementary education, I am all about making sure that kids can read and write and reason and think critically and vet information even at young ages, the youngest ages. You guys can kind of see on my back wall here, I'm actually in my classroom. I started a school called Safari Small Schools. My students have been picked up for the day. And so I am preparing for tomorrow. But that's my passion. So it's not education as usual, it's education that works. So my whole goal is to ensure that 5 students at a time, kids learn how to read, kids learn how to write, think critically, vet information, and be able to function as adults with sound literacy. So as everybody's fighting for social justice, one of the greatest injustices you can inflict upon anyone is illiteracy. And so my fight for social justice is in this way.
Very good. Thank you. I like the succinctness of the passion, the succinctness of it, and you named off how you're helping the kids or how you're helping the community in 5. You just named them. I was like, oh, okay, 1,
Yeah.
this is how we do it. 2, 3, 5 students at a time. That means my kid is not going to be all crammed up with a bunch of other kids.
No.
And then and this is what your child is going to walk away with.
Mm-hmm.
All in a nice little package. That was an elevator speech, by the way.
Mm-hmm. That just, it is what it is. I don't know, but like the simplicity is what makes it great, I think, because public education is not working. Statistics, education's own statistics bears that out. And so this is a season, COVID has pulled the covers off how broken public education really is. And so this is a season where education needs to be reimagined and brought into a contemporary season. And we need to stop doing things the same way. And we need to make education a priority. But if the system is not going to do it, then we need to come out of the system and get it done.
Well stated. So now if I had to do it over again, I would be looking for a teacher like Teresa, or a system or a classroom like hers. And she's been dreaming and doing and thinking and planning about small schools for years. And today we on our morning coffee thoughts, we were talking about 3 hours. what would your business look like if you invested 3 hours every day in your business? What would your business look like if you spent 3 hours on your craft? And this is as a result of my conversation with Teresa. You'll know him, Brian Greendahl.
Yeah.
He's in the real estate industry, but he plays his piano 3 hours every day. I told Brian, you need to write a book, and if he don't, I'm going to. 3 hours a day he spends at the piano. Regardless of what happens during the day, he spends 3 hours a day. If we could spend 3 hours a day on our craft, 3 hours a day in your health and wellness, or on Boxables or whatever, or sales, or whatever it is that we're doing, if we can spend 3 hours all in on one project, on something to do with your business every single day, where would your business be?
Because we spend it on someone else's, we spend it regardless. If we're not spending it on our own, we are spending it on someone else's vision.
Yes, and amen. So that was part of the conversation today. Okay, so what am I going to work on? Does my website need to be looked at or whatever? Okay, let me figure out 3 hours. Let me go all in. And it doesn't have to be 3 hours for the rest of your life. Maybe it's 3 hours for this week. I'm going to learn social media and how to communicate on this new venture, on this new platform. I'm going to learn Instagram. So I'm going to go get a hold of Terry Johnson, who does our social media and digital marketing. I'm going to learn how to do Instagram, and I'm going to spend 3 hours every day until I learn Instagram. Then I'm going to take that 3 hours and I'm going to learn Facebook, although they just switched up the game on some stuff. And I got to reach out to TJ and find out, because I got a notification says they're not going to do analytics anymore. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? Are they not doing analytics for the business pages? Or are they not doing analytics for my own personal page? What does that look like? So I'm going to go to the expert and ask her what that means. And then I'm going to read the documentation that they sent me. Oh my gosh, I'm going to read a memo that somebody sent. A lot of people don't read the dialogue box. That is one of my pet peeves.
And try to interpret it. And if we can't interpret it, we need to call in a translator.
Right. And that would be TJ, Terry Johnson Online. I'm like, okay, what does this mean in English? Tell me what they're talking about. So I see the need for me to jump in and spend 3 hours learning a particular aspect of my business, and spend some time, even if I can't give it 3 hours all at one time, maybe I can give it an hour this afternoon, and then tomorrow give it another hour. How much better would my finances be if I just sat down and did them? Just sit down and get all my profit and loss statement together, do it and get it all done. But I have to actually do it. Money's coming in, but am I managing where it's going? Okay, it's quiet in the room. I didn't mean to. So this is what we do on First Mondays. We have conversations and we learn about one another's business. This one, first time we're playing in the messenger room, and with all the changes, hopefully this messenger room will be here next week. But but I wanted to try it out. This is good if you have, like, you need to meet with a client. You can go into the messenger room, you and that client, and talk or have a consultation. I did not push broadcast live. Let me see what happens when I push that. Adding the title, First Mondays. And Terry, you are muted somewhere.
Yes. Are you talking about over on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm putting it now. Share to a group. Oh, I can share to a page. Yay. Share to a page I manage. Yes, I'm going to do that. Pages that I manage. This is going to be fun. BizChicks. Okay. will disclose room participants. Okay. The identity of people who manage pages are usually hidden, but broadcasting live to a page will disclose to participants in the room and anyone who has the invite link that you manage that page. This action cannot be undone. If you don't want to disclose that you manage the page, you can ask another person who also manages the page to host the room instead of before broadcasting live. Okay, that is too many tricks to do. Okay, next. Okay, Terry, you're gonna need to do that over on you can unmute on StreamYard so we can hear you. Ready for
Okay.
the Oh, you all have, here's the thing. You guys gotta confirm. Everybody in the room has to confirm.
Yes, so because we're broadcasting.
Oh, so okay, y'all need to hit confirm or I have to remove you or something. This is really interesting.
Join.
There's things that I have to leave.
No, you do not have to leave, Maureen. Maureen, you did not have to leave. All you had to do was hit confirm. So everybody confirmed.
We're waiting for broadcast to start.
Yeah.
The option is to leave.
Okay, yes. So Maureen, just confirm. You do not have to leave. Okay, I'm pushing the button. Now nobody else can come in while this is going live. So somebody's probably going to see it over on Facebook, and that means somebody else will have to look at it. And yeah, this room is now locked. Okay, this is a lot to take in. So for all of you who are watching this live, we want to say welcome to the First Monday event. And if you'd like to join in, we're going to invite you to go over and to comment. I don't know. Wait, it has speaker view. Can the people on the outside comment?
As I said, comment not available.
Outside, but we can comment here in the group. We have a chat.
Okay, that's all of us in the room. Okay, so if you're coming, if you're seeing this live from our Facebook page, I probably need to pull out my iPad. But if you're seeing this, what we will tell you is if you want to.
You got feedback.
Okay, Terry.
Let me mute myself. Hold on, let me make sure I'm muted.
Muted inside the group, in the room, Terry. Okay. So if you would like to make comments, I'm going to tell you to go to BizChicks.live or go to our Facebook page over there and see. Yeah, go to BizChicks.live so that you can watch from over there. Because when this went out on StreamYard, it also should have gone live. Oh, no, because we didn't go live over there. Okay. Such a fun thing. Anyway, anybody else want to share anything? Have something else to say? Come on.
I wanted some more information on the boxables. Is that only local?
Claudia?
No, we do go to the Bay Area. You just have to tell us where to go.
Okay. I think she's in Dallas area. Canton.
Oh, you're in Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh, we're just local. However, when I'm in Dallas, because my mother lives in Arlington, I could just let everybody know. So if you're following us, and you see, like, if we do a pop-up in Dallas, then just hook me up, and then
I did a pop-up. If you did a pop-up, I'd hit one.
Okay.
Yeah, my son goes to college in Arlington. He's at UT Arlington.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, my mom, my cousin, my aunt, they all live in Arlington. So so we go out there infrequently, but we're out there sometimes.
Okay. I tell you what, I'll make sure that you have my information and just let me know whenever you do head this way. And yeah, I would, if you let me know ahead of time if you're going to do a pop-up, I'll put the shout out to everybody.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Let's exchange info. So, and what do you do?
Small. She's asking what it is that you do, Teresa.
I own Safari Small Schools. It's a 5-student micro school that offers individualized instruction for students who just whatever reason are not excelling in the traditional classroom. And it could be disability, it could be anxiety, it could be anything. It could just they just might need to be in a smaller environment. It just, whatever it is, instruction is tailored to their unique needs.
I'm gonna have to let my cousin know. She's got like 7 kids, so
Oh
and
my.
they're all different as far as their personalities and experiences in schools. And she's also Muslim, so she definitely doesn't necessarily prefer the traditional school systems.
Yeah.
So you'd be a very good person for her to connect. So yeah, once you give me your info,
Okay.
because on other spaces, like you can put it in a chat. So how do you do it where I'm at?
Okay, so Claudia is over in our Clubhouse space. I'm going to, I can't even put anything in the chat over on Clubhouse. So
You
Teresa,
can put it in wherever she's gonna see it, because I'm looking at my phone and I don't
yeah,
have anywhere to.
that's okay.
Can
Terry,
they connect through Messenger?
small business small schools, safarismallschools.com, or is that you, Teresa? Okay, safarisschools.com. Safarismallschools.com.
Okay.
And I do
Now,
have a Facebook page too. She can connect there. I'll make sure that we change information. So I'd like to know more about that. And then Maureen, if I could get Maureen's information too, please.
Okay. Maureen, you and her can do a chat right there from within this room. Terry, you were saying something?
I said within the room there is a private chat. I wanted to encourage V to tell us about her jewelry.
Oh no, she said she was not ready yet until later.
Is your Safari Small Schools a picture on Facebook with elephants?
Yes.
Okay, good, gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And this is the reason why we do these first Monday events. Like I said, if we were in normal, we'd be at Seasons 52 having food and some other stuff. But hey, this is more efficient. If there's anything that we learned from this whole situation, is that this is more efficient. Like Claudia said, man, I'm like, wait, we got to do all that work? It's
I don't have to do anything. Loading up that truck, and my truck actually broke down, so now I'm loading up a trailer and a hybrid car.
I put my information in the chat.
Okay.
Thank you, Maureen.
No, you're welcome.
So, really good conversations we are having today. What is one thing that you learned today that will propel you forward? I try and I always talk about my trusty little my trusty composition book that we can all get at the Dollar Tree. And this one is my book of victories, and writing down every win that we have. Sometimes we don't think we have a win when you did get paid. Somebody did buy your product, or somebody called you, something happened. And because because of the negative seems to take over, and we are not seeing, we don't see all the positive that happens, because sometimes we just need to write that down. Open it up, write your book of victories. The day, the win. We're on 5 platforms: Clubhouse, Twitter, Facebook, Twitter Live, and YouTube. New clients was a referral from the LA area. 3 of my clients went, or 2 of my clients went into contract. You know what I'm saying? Just the victories that I consider victories. This is your book of victories. I encourage you to write it down. Some people call it a journal, whatever. I like book of victories because that's what they are to me. And then you go back and read your victories, the things that worked for you. Hey, I was able to get that new whatever it is. Write it in your book of victories. Doesn't have to be elaborate, but you just want to note it somewhere. Terry, you want to chime in?
I wanted to ask the ladies over here on Messenger if they like using the Messenger room for this event. So if you could just let us know, you can type it in the chat, or if you want to
Yeah, I definitely think
unmute yourself.
I did.
You like it?
Yeah, I'm just hoping they don't move it
Whatever
next
this
week.
is, I like it.
It's just
Here,
like
I like
Costco.
it.
You
My
find
first
something
time,
you like,
I
and then
like
the
it's
next
really
time you're
nice.
looking for it, you can't find it.
We're not trying to do that. Hopefully this stays around, because this is the one thing that Facebook has gotten right.
I know Facebook has been changing. Like, even though you can't do, like, you can't even save your video anymore or share them somewhere else. So, but I guess it's their platform. They can choose to do what they want with it.
There you go.
And that is the reason why we encourage you
Yeah.
to build your list of clients and tell, okay, and there is a way to download the people. I think your friends, there's some kind of way that you can download the people who follow you, contact you or something. I will look into that, because
Oh yeah, that would be nice to have.
right, because if they decide to go
list.
south, man, you need to all the people on the business page or something, they should, anyway.
There used to be an app that I used to track the people that followed me, at least on Instagram. And I guess the app blew up, and so it doesn't work anymore, but it was actually beneficial because I could track the people that were new to following me, and that I could also like look at those people who decided to unfollow me and unfollow them. And it was just very beneficial. And then I'm like, I don't know what happened. I'm like, what did you do this for? Like, I really enjoyed even their free one. It was very beneficial, especially for business, because it'll tell you in your messenger that someone new is following you, but when you can kind of look at it like at the end of the week and say, oh, all these new people are followers of me. Let me go check out what they do and what their business is. It was wonderful, but it blew up. Unless somebody knows another app that does that same thing, that would be good.
All right, because I'm gonna check with TJ on that one too, because I'm writing that down.
Facebook.
I need to know how to get your contacts out of Facebook, because we asked people for emails when they came into our group. So we have all those emails. So my job will be to get all those emails out of there. And it might be painstaking. Maybe that's part of my 3 hours. Taking them names with the emails and go through. And if people gave you their email or whatever, go get it, because we're seeing signs of stuff moving around. Not that Facebook is going away, but it like today, oh, we are turning off analytics. I was like, what does that mean? Terry, yeah.
So you can't tell if you're effective or not unless you maybe pay them. Maybe that's going to move out of paywall.
And that's, I don't know, but your contacts and the information that you gather, that's gold. That data is gold. Go ahead, Maureen.
It just seems like they're more going to cater to you gotta pay. Maybe they're going to that end where you're going to have to pay for just being on Facebook, because
right.
the market share is getting so dense, just getting here.
Tight. Yeah.
So for you to even connect to a wider audience, you have to pay. So I'm thinking they're shifting to that end, since the pandemic come and so much people are online, and this is now a viable source. They'd be like, yeah, we're gonna chop off on it. I don't know.
For you. We're gonna tell you guys gonna have to pay for this. And it's okay because it's their business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a platform that they created, so they get the right to control it. So
Yes. Now I know that I am on several different views. I'm over here on StreamYard. I'm over here on YouTube, and I'm over here on Facebook Messenger and Twitter. So if you see me looking different ways, it's because I have 4 different screens going on, ladies. It's not that I'm not looking at you. I'm just trying to monitor all those screens. So I don't want you to think I'm not in here.
my question: do you think like all of this is effective for us to go like everywhere at the same time?
Well,
What do you
maybe
think?
not, because what you do, you're very effective on Instagram, Maureen. Very, very effective. I love the posts, and as you know, we're working on a plan to help you to be able to get people to participate a little bit more uh, on a deeper level. But your post on your posts on Instagram are wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, okay, why we need water? And just, I'm like, oh, this was good. Or why we need to be outside or what have you. The posts are wonderful. And if you need to follow Maureen Stevenson Lewis on Instagram. The posts are really, really good. They're short, they're to the point, and they're very inspiring. They're not like some other posts that are nothing. There's actually, good content over there.
Yes, and Maureen was asking, her question was, does she need to be everywhere? And no, the reason why we're everywhere tonight is because we are testing these things out so that the people who need to use them, we will be able to give them some guidance on how to use these tools.
Right. Yeah. See, Clubhouse might fit for you if you like talking to an audience about a particular topic.
I'm thinking it would be great for Teresa, because people
Over
need to know what's going on in education
Yes.
and what their choices could be.
Right. And there are so many there. You can talk to the mommy groups over there about what they should be expecting from their teachers and that type of thing. Not to say that all those people are going to come over and be a part of your school, but when you go in on these social platforms, it's so that you can provide value to the people on that platform first and foremost. Is talking to them about how you help, and then giving them tips. It's always 80% of what you do on social media is giving people tips and giving them information. The other 20% is if you got something going on, then you tell them about what you have going on. But the first reason why you're on social media is to tell people how you can help. So going into a group of single parents and their kids are off the chain, well, Teresa can be a part of that group and be able to answer a question. I think TJ called it social listening, where you're in a group and then you're just watching the conversations in the mommy group. Have you considered, and then answering the questions in the mommy group. Some of these children are raising children because there is no handbook on parenting.
So with Teresa, she only does that in the Dallas area? Does the kid has to be in? Is it a physical presence, or does they can connect virtually from anywhere?
Maureen, I am working on creating some options to help children virtually, but typically for the kids I work with, coming to the classroom is necessary for them. These are the kids who are probably not going to do as well virtually, but I've had parents ask me for help with older children. And so I would like to be able to provide some support to children and parents virtually, but probably not going to be the young kids. The ones I typically teach, they need the one-to-one help. They need to have the small group. They need to have someone right there with them. Going through the screen is not best for them. But I'm also in the process of looking at franchising the business as well. So what will happen is that kind of like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, where the foundational stuff of what I do has to remain the same. But teachers from other places can then play to their niche. So if you're into the arts or robotics or sports or STEM or whatever, you could pick the grade you want to teach. Keep it a small school option, but the basis that makes Safari Small Schools different than public education, all of that remains the same. Because this is the season for it. People are looking for opportunities for their kids to go to school. They're looking for better outcomes than the public schools are offering. People are developing pod schools, small schools, private schools, charter schools, because they are looking for options. And so I'm hoping that I will be able to make teacherpreneurs out of any educator who thinks like me when it comes to education and wants to open their own small school. They don't have to be limited to 5. They can have 10 if that's what they want, but as long as they can provide services for that, for their students, just them themselves, as long as they can provide services for the students and the students are achieving, if you can do 10, then do 10. From my population, 5 is the max.
Thank you. That was good. Did that answer your question, Maureen?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any more questions from anybody for anybody? From anybody for anybody?
No, but I am a workshop girl. I'm thinking that one of the things that Teresa could do to support parents remotely is to do some workshops with some hands-on stuff that they could practice at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like how not to kill your kids.
Yeah.
We'll stay into.
Right.
Yeah.
How not to kill your kids.
Yeah.
Sit down,
Pay attention. I don't know if many parents want to like get involved like on a day-to-day like with their kids like that. Like, man.
Well, but they were forced to do it when they all had to come home.
I know they feel like, yeah, when they come home, we have to deal with them. But otherwise, from that, let somebody else deal with them.
Right.
But they couldn't.
She says that tongue in cheek, but that is what happens. It's like they're yours from 7 to 3.
I know, right?
and that's it's really not a good thing, because you don't know who you're turning your kid over to. You don't know what kind of influence, not just the teacher, but all the other influences in the class. And there's no teacher anywhere who can teach your child optimally without you involved. No, Stephen Hawking couldn't do it. So
I really believe in that.
Yeah,
I think the best teacher is the parents first.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's a fact. That's true, mine.
Okay, so I hear conversations over on Clubhouse or Twitter with that vein. Who's teaching your child? Or know what I mean? Having a conversation. You could do little mini conversations over there on Clubhouse or wherever, and have a conversation just like that. And it doesn't have to be more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You're just talking, hey, parents, I just wanted to drop in to say this. Or you can do the Small Safari podcast. Something that's going to help parents see differently and do better with their kids, because they're like Claudia said, they're trying to keep from killing the kids and trying to stop pulling their hair out and what have you, because they don't know if the teacher was doing all of this, and now you have me do it, and then you want me to do Common Core math too. What is this? And then this stuff is not normal. It's not like math when we grew up.
Here's the kicker. We didn't teach the generation of parents to read or write or do math.
No.
And now we're asking them to teach their children how to read and write and do math.
Amen.
we didn't teach them. So now we want the non-taught teachers to teach them. I mean,
Right.
no wonder they're frustrated. They
It's
themselves
hard
weren't
enough
taught.
being a parent.
And so I'm sorry?
It's hard enough being a parent to teach them the things of the world, but then to add in the educational part of it, like that's been hard. And I'm not even like, my kid's grown. I'm doing this for my grandkids, and so I'm like, I don't understand. And then it's a whole different idea too, because back then, we just got out the belt and threatened them with it. Now it's like, oh no, we don't want to do that anymore to the kids. We want to give them superior thought processes and not threatening manners and all this stuff. So you're having to now relearn how to discipline your children, your grandchildren, and then teach them. And then it's so much. And I know over the last few months I've struggled. I'm not afraid to admit that I struggled when I was a mom, and so I'm really struggling when I'm a grandma mom, trying to help these kids. And I am very for education, and I'm also very for teaching the kids, because yes, when they come home, I'm having to reteach them different ideas that I don't necessarily believe in. Like my grandkids have this fascination somehow that they didn't have before with colors. So I'm like, why are they identifying people? Like they meet somebody and like, are you a white guy that talks to Black people? And I'm like, what is this coming from?
Ooh.
And I'm just like, you try to tell them, no, don't do this, but you have to give them a whole explanation so that they remember like why they're not supposed to do it. Or, like it's okay for you to be curious, but let's do it in a kind way. So it's
Claudia's like,
but the same exasperation that you're feeling, most other parents are feeling the same thing. They're saying it, some parents are not, but a lot of parents are feeling that. And so there's this battle now. A lot of teachers, the mentality of, oh, now you see how, now you see what we've been going through. Can we just teach kids how to read, please? We don't need to battle with one another. We need to find common ground. COVID threw everybody a curve. We know it did. But what it did was it just pulled the covers off of how much the kids haven't been learning. And so now people see how not educated their children are, and they're appalled. Well, that's the reason why parents have to stay involved. Because if you don't stay involved, if you don't know for yourself, at Safari Small Schools, if I tell you that your child knows the @word family, you're going to know it too, because I'm going to send something home. Your child is going to read it to you, and then you're going to sign off on that and send it back to me, and I'm going to file it. That way, you didn't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Let the child show you that they know what I say that they know. Because you don't know what I'm teaching your kid.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be involved. You need to be asking me questions. When I send a report card home, there's so many details on it. There's no confusion about where your child is. Oh, and by the way, I need you to sign a copy and send it back to me. Because later, I don't want to hear, well, I didn't know, or you didn't tell me, or I don't want to hear that. I want you to know what I know. I want you to know that your child is reading, and your child can do this, and your child can do that. If you get on my Safari Small Schools Facebook page, you'll see videos of kids reading. Don't tell me what the kid can and cannot do. I am showing you that this is what this child can do. Mm-hmm. And that way, if the child has to return to public school, the parents are going to have a stack of portfolio work that proves this child can do these things. I signed off on it, and they signed off on it. There's no guessing. There's no, oh my goodness, what can they do? No, you know, because you know everything I know. There's no need for a parent-teacher conference. We talk every day.
Exactly.
What's the need for a parent-teacher conference? There's no need. I communicate with you every single day. There is no need for us to have a conference.
Well, that
Under
is
somebody in your spirit.
that is the tricky thing, that if they can put the child in a small environment like yours that is intimate, what about the person that can't do that? You know,
So-
and what about the struggle where their parents didn't use iPad before, or they don't know the iPad, and then all of a sudden these parents are having to stay home and started to teach their kid something that they didn't taught. They weren't even taught. They weren't even, some of us didn't, well, my generation, like, we probably did algebra, but theirs didn't do it. And these kids are doing it now, and then we leave it on the parent and to teach the kids. So as you said, COVID had come and opened a lot. It had exposed so many things that is so wrong that needed to be fixed from an educational point of view, that, you know, and to where equity is, and then you realize that, oh my God, we're so far from it, that we
Yes.
need to change stuff. And so, you know, I commend you for taking the bold step to try and do that, because I think it's
appreciate
so needed.
It is, and I'm thankful. Thank you very much for your kind sentiments. I am grateful, you know, to God for the opportunity, and it is so needed. 5 students at a time is not even a drop in the bucket, but it is 5 kids, and if I can do that, then once I get done with them, I can do another 5, and do another 5. So I may not be able to do 5,000, but maybe I got my 35 or 45, or maybe, because really, when you're working with the kids, you're really working with families. If kids have behaviors, typically there's something going on there that needs to be addressed with the parents. And so we all work together because our goal is to make sure that that kid wins in life. It is really my vision to make sure that any parent, any teacher who wants to come out of public education and create their own that works, they will have the opportunity to do that, because our kids need it. And it's not even about race or culture or anything. Think about all of our kids who don't speak English. And I'm not talking about just Spanish. We have kids who speak Southeast Asian languages, African languages, all kinds of different languages. How, if their parents speak one language and they speak English and their native language, how can the parents help them? They can't. So we have to reimagine education. We can't just, yes, let's get back to the campuses, let's do it.
Yeah,
No.
you bring up a good point right there in terms of the many languages and the many languages that people speak. And then they come here and then, you know, it's just English, 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 and they're supposed to. So you bring up a great point that it's different, and people, you know, in those languages probably learn different, and so you have to reimagine. You have to reimagine what teaching is, and you have to reimagine what a classroom is, just to compile a whole lot of kids from different places in the same classroom.
That's it. Like, you're pulling everything that's in my head. You're just that right there. Just, we have to reimagine it. We can't keep doing things the same way. It just does not work for contemporary students. So we keep saying same thing over and over. I'm done with it now, but I'm writing an article about it. I published in a few local papers here, and I'm writing an article about, we have to reimagine education. We can't go back to pre-COVID education. Do we want to go back to pre-COVID education? We don't want to do that. We already know these children are not learning. And then since last March, they've lost a whole year of instruction. These kids are not learning, they're even further behind than they were before. We don't reimagine education. If we don't reimagine education, then shame on us. So me personally, I no longer wait for the public system to do anything. I don't. Let me just get out and do what I can. Yeah. And so I don't have, I'm public school strong. I love public schools. I love public school kids. I cannot work in that environment. I need to be able to have the freedom to teach kids. And so now I do.
Nice. It's been
I'm glad. I wish you were available when I was a kid.
It's like, dang.
Thank you. I've heard that so many times, and I just say thank you to that, because that's what I want to hear. I want somebody to hear the value, the potential value. And if you look on my Facebook page and on my school Twitter page, you'll be able to see my kids are happy and they're achieving. And that's the whole purpose of the school.
That's the whole purpose of school.
That's it.
That's what it started out to be.
How about that for rocket science? I'm like, wow. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate your support.
All right. This has been a really good networking event. In what I've learned in life, not just what I've learned in life is that having small groups is better than huge groups, because there's more intimate conversations, there's more understanding. And if this was a room full of 50 or 60 people, we would not have heard what we heard today.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I think COVID had taught me, that quality is better than quantity.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the best things I've ever gotten from COVID. The whole of this year, I am realizing that that you might have 2 core people, and that's good. You don't really need to have a bunch of group to be effective. The 2 that gets you, that's it.
Right.
So
I think that. I like that. Claudia, any final words?
Just really kind of unbusiness related, but yes, business related. Just ladies, remember your self-care, because it's been a rough few months here in the Newman household, and I just kind of revisited my brain to reprogram it, because like when you're running a business, it's not easy, and you start the self-doubt talk, and it's not a good place to be in, and can take you spiraling down to somewhere that you don't want to be. And I'm saying all this as a transparency, because that's just where I was. But I kind of reinvested myself into self-care, and realized I'm like, really all that stuff doesn't matter. I mean, even if it was someone else that sparked that trigger, just reinvesting in yourself and self-care has been very helpful for me. And I know even Maureen, she talks about it a great deal. So I'm just confirming.
That's my number one go-to. If burnt out is the civilization worst disease, and that's what we do. We just burnt out, because especially in the era of social media, where we're in everybody's face and everybody's in our face. So I think one of the best things, as I just want to reiterate what Claudia is saying, that each of us has to remember that if you got the money and you're useless to yourself, money cannot get itself and have life, right? And I see so much of us run that down and then run the body down, and then we become useless to ourselves. So just let's remember, in order to be useful to anybody else, we have to be useful to ourselves. And sometimes we have to take a step back and get ourselves out of the red zone and come into the green zone, where you can have restorative health. And so as entrepreneur, that's kind of my message this year, to remember to be intentional. It's an intentional thing, because it's ingrained in us that, we're women and we want to do this, we want to do that, and we want to do everything. We want to help everybody. And, if you don't help yourself first, then you're useless to yourself and you're useless to your brain. There is no sense in having a degree, or there's no sense in gaining something and then it's useless to yourself. you have a business, but you get holster to get the business because you never eat properly. You never eat on time. You never go to a doctor and he tells you all of that, says you need to get a trophy, right? The doctor never prescribe a trophy. Like, go girl, go get a trophy. A doctor always prescribe, go get a walk, go eat, go, all these things, but all these things that we so can get caught up in because one person turn a bright adjective and put on a foot to the adjective and make it look like it's dancing in their way. Like, hey girl, today you make 6-figure and the 6-figure come and it dance. And then all of us as entrepreneurs get on that bandwagon and we all want to dance too. But we have to remember that if you dance out of your own rhythm, then you're dancing into somebody else's rhythm. You got to find your own rhythm to dance to, and you have to find your own self. And then you have to be true to that. And when you're true to that, then everything else will take care of itself, and your self-care will be better. And you'll be taking care of yourself before you take care of others. So that's my parting word.
Thank you. That was really good. Thank you. And it's a really good reminder. Terralina, you want to take us on home? I'm almost going to call it zoom out. You know what I mean? Sometimes we need to zoom out. Just zoom out. You know what I mean? Like, we can zone out, but why not just zoom out? If we've been on platforms and here and there, okay, just zoom out. Take a zoom out. Okay, I'm going outside. I'll see y'all later. I watched this guy. He works from home and he lives next door to us. I see him go out the door and he's walking around the block or blocks around the neighborhood on breaks. He takes a break. He gets up. I'm going out, and he walks the neighborhood. I'm inspired. I was like, oh, let me see. Is it my time to stand up and move? Let me get out.
Yeah, it rewires your brain to be more useful. It rewires the brain and give you a refresher. Just take 10 minutes. You're on the computer. Move away. Move away. Go, if you gotta go under the bed, just go under there for a minute. Lock yourself away. Whatever you need to do.
Just zoom out.
Zone out for a minute so you can zone in. That's it.
Okay, Terralina, take us on home.
I just wanted to thank you all for taking the time to get to know one another, and I love the whole collaboration thing that's going on over there with Claudia and Maureen. And guys, there's so much to be done and so many pieces that can fit in. I love you, and I want to thank you for coming into First Mondays. Bring a friend next First Monday, and let's get to learn about some other entrepreneurs in your circle. And with that, I want to remind you that tomorrow is it Tuesday? And we'll be talking with Terry Johnson online everywhere about marketing strategies for your business on social media. So come on over, and on Wednesday we talk money. Thursday we talk health, and Friday we talk social media. So come on over, and we talk tech on Fridays. So with that, I want to remind you to go to the front of your own line, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right.